That should change it.
All right,
Yep,
let's
that
do
should
a
change it.
chat. Okay. All right,
Yep,
let's
that
do
should
a
change it.
chat. We're back.
Okay. All right,
Or, we never left. We're back. Oh,
there we go. That should double change it. All the sound issues should be taken care of now.
and
Well, to recap what we said while we were muted, we're looking down at the bot lane. We have 2 long-range matchups. We think that's going to be where a lot of the action is. And a lot of these players are on their comfort picks. They're playing what they know, hoping that the comfort picks will give them a win.
Absolutely. Big play right there. Don Helsing picking up a kill onto the Final Fantasy. And I've said it before with the other subs. Your goal as a sub is not to make big plays. It is to not int. A few cents getting run down here by T-Don and Ninja Own. I don't think that there's a way out for him. Flashing the thumbs up to let him know that he knows he is dead.
yep. And I think something to look forward to here is the Vex there in these long lanes. Just getting an ult out of nowhere when Ziggs is over there doing damage from half a screen away. I think we're going to see that here pretty soon once Leggy starts running. Leggy's a really strong laner, really strong roamer when it comes down to it, and I'm excited to see that.
Yeah, I'm also looking out for some Rithmal roams. When you pick Talia, you're not really looking for lane dominance. It's hard to get off those Qs when you build up a lot of work ground in the mid, so it's a lot stronger if you are getting around the map and you're able to, not get stuck in that work ground.
Absolutely. And I love the Talia pick here because we all know that Tobajal loves Talia, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They probably did that, as left it up. Tobajal was thinking, I'll leave it up and then I'll get it, and then it probably got eaten away. We didn't get to see the draft, but probably safe to assume that's what happened.
Yep.
A little bit of action here in the top lane as Ninja Own and a few cents continue to just punch each other. It is an absolute boxing match in the top lane. Nice cannon, Ninja Own. We're watching.
I'm pumped to see.
They're pinging Ninja Own. It looks like the twin is on his way up.
T-Don is ganking onto Final Fantasy, and that is not what you want to see.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for Final Fantasy there. We've all been there. You go to ward, the jungler's right there. Just a shitty situation.
And that's going to be a dragon play for them as Twin is topside and getting a kill over onto Ninja Own.
Yeah, I think it's tough. The bottom 4 players on the map for the blue side on the rats, they're all pretty squishy. It's it's a real struggle to try to push forward and get some wards.
Yeah, can we get the scoreboard there, Sid?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I know Steve has some struggles playing or trying to get wards on Lulu. When you're playing that squishy support, it's really tough to get out there and get vision.
Yeah, shit's scary, dude.
That Ziggs with an early 2-0 could spell for some disaster in those mid-game fights. He is a big source of damage, and we know that Don Helsing in the past is playing rather safe. Ninja Own getting engaged on again by the Gutter Rats. I see the spam this hat to help the rats in the Twitch chat. Keep it going if you want the Zaun Gutter Rats to win. And if you want the Freljord Frostguard to win, somebody start spamming some swords for them as well.
Yeah, so we've seen 2 pretty good ganks there from the Twin. He's also kind of crushing ass and farm there.
Absolutely.
I think that will be important. Pretty similar stats there on the pretty similar. They're identical in the KD. And then here comes Rithma. He spots out the control ward in there, getting rid of that, and coming right back to mid lane.
Yeah, I think it's a smart game plan from the Twin. He knows he has a sub in the bot lane, so they might be having some struggles. So he probably says, I'll focus my efforts on the top side of the map and just try to get those guys rolling.
For sure. And with how good Tobajal is with his vision, definitely top 10 or 15% of the league for vision score overall. It's so hard to get an effective gank off on them, and with how fast Ziggs can move in and out of fights, that's going to be a hard lane to gank anyway.
Yeah, they don't have a ton of hard CC, and with the Sona eating them away, and then the Ziggs bombing himself away. He's gonna stay safe. In
This
the
is
bot lane.
some good old-fashioned League of Legends up in the top lane here.
Ninja's just about to have his ult up. This will be crazy. This really is the battle of the executes here in the top lane.
That could be a cool nickname.
Looks like Mr. T-Don is looking to steal that blue buff.
No one saw the cannon.
It's fine. We'll have to talk to him about last hitting after the game.
Yeah, speaking of last hitting, Leggy is. I would say he's the only one with a competitive level of CS right now. But Rithmal has been all over the map. Those 2 kills are gonna more than make up for his lack of CS that he's had so far.
For sure, and he's one of those late game carries that you don't necessarily want to see scale if you are the opposing team. We saw that 50-minute Victor game where Luxalt, Zigzalt, Don Helsing on a killing spree, going for Tofu next. And T-Don is absolutely destroying Rithma in the mid lane. Here comes Twin to sort of try to alleviate some of that pressure. Tobajal low, less than half. Now going to bleed out as Tofu gets a kill on the Jhin. Absolutely insane.
Yeah,
I like the Twin bringing some pressure into the bot lane as they're struggling a little bit with their sub. So it's nice to see him come down there and try to back them up and keep them even if you can.
Yeah, and Tofu is an amazing AD carry player. Her positioning is usually on point, especially during late game team fights, which allows Rith to sort of pop off in a way that he knows he is going to be supported appropriately with damage and sort of an extra body so that he's not just getting blown up. So between the two of these, if they can get to the extreme late game, I think that they will
Need to break some
handily
ground.
be able to
Literally.
deal with Leggy and his shenanigans.
Here comes the Garen going right back in and just getting a little bit of farm, getting out of there. You don't want to sit there in that. And there's knee cannons.
Yeah, and speaking of these team comps too, I would say if the blue side, the gutter rats, I think if they're not ahead by the mid game, I think they're gonna struggle in the late game with having a Vex, a Jarvan, and a Urgot just running at their face.
Comes to Jhin, all
Tofu coming
getting
out
some
with the
slow. Rith trapping Don Helsing. That's a big shutdown going on to Jhin with the 4th shot from the ultimate. Yeah, that Talia ultimate to split them up there was absolutely masterful. Probably could have taken both if they had landed on that side of the wall, but Tobajal was just a little bit quicker on the uptake there.
Yeah, I think on the gutter rat side though, that was just a really good example of team play. Going in saying, you know, let's get the slows out from Tofu and hopefully get her a kill. That's exactly what happened. It was perfect.
And that is a blue dragon. We have the Zaun Gutter Rats picking up the Hex Dragon as Mountain Soul comes out. That could be really good for either top laner, as well as a little bit of bulk onto some of the squishies from either team.
Yep. At what point here does the old Urgot start just face rolling into Garen? I think level 12, something like that.
Honestly, Garen's a big beefy boy.
I'd be interested to see if he gets what is that split pushing item called?
Hullbreaker?
Hullbreaker?
Yeah, Hullbreaker. Yeah. You know, Garen has Ignite, doesn't have Teleport. I think if he gets Hullbreaker and just slams it up the top lane, I think he has a
And there it is. We're seeing
the Ignite came out there from Garen from a few cents.
T-Don moving down into the bot lane. They're looking for a dive here, I think. There's no minions to help him out here. Twin's still around, 3-on-3 in the bot lane.
Yep, Twin does have ult. Could easily destroy the Sona or the Ziggs if he gets on him. Really his choice. I'd go after the Sona. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think the Ziggs can just eat himself away with his W. I think Sona is a lot more vulnerable, which is lower health, less escapability. I think that's a wise choice.
Luxalt coming down there to sort of chunk away at Tobajal. Sona just going to heal herself back up there. Big chunk coming from Don Helsing.
Crazy.
Absolutely.
So far.
Rithma taking a little bit of damage here and a nice little scrap from Leggy.
Is this the first time that we've seen Talia mid?
That is the second time, I believe. I believe they played it in their last game as well.
Okay. Yeah, man. I mean, this poke comp or this poke bot lane is doing exactly what's advertised. They are smacking them up, and there's just really nothing that Jhin Lux can do about that.
Yeah, and with the Jhin Lux, if you're gonna get a kill, you gotta blow him up. You gotta get 100 to 0. If you get like a Lux Q and then like a Jhin W, but you don't go in and engage, someone's gonna heal it up with 2 Ws, and they're back at full health.
Yep. So, would you like to see a what's that item before Morello called?
The Oblivion Orb?
Yeah. Would you like to see that from Lux here?
Yeah, I think one of them's gotta have it.
Here comes another
Jhin
big
might go
ult from Rithma.
execution.
Ninja Own having to flash out. Twin being able to jump over the Talia wall. That's an interesting interaction.
Yep. Here comes the
Yeah, I
Garen.
did not know that.
Gonna get him silenced. Gonna pop that
Just
W. and
can't
that
get
should
away
be
from
a dead
him.
Ninja Own.
Execute there as the bot laners are pushed away from that tower.
Yeah, wise decision from the Gutter Rats to just leave that tower. They were, if they stuck around, they were gonna get 3-man dive, and they would have died. So good decision to leave it. Sometimes you gotta take your losses and cut and run.
Scary back there, but they got back fine.
Yeah, I like the presence Rithma has had on the map so far. He's been top, he's been bottom, he's been all over the place. He's kill participation for 4 of his team's 6 kills. I think he's for right now he's my MVP so far, but we'll have to see how this game ends before we can give the final MVP.
Yep, and we're seeing the Ziggs really, come into his form of just split push, not split push, but just like pushing the lane, getting that
Oh,
tower.
Ninja Own 4 deaths in already and gets engaged on for a 5th right here. He's trying to get out, but bleeds to death from the Talon passive.
Talon passive, also OP and TFT.
Brute.
It should be noted that we are not sponsored by TFT.
Yeah,
Also
let's
true.
survey the map here. The Gutter Rats are missing 2 towers, and the Frostguard, Freljord, what is it? Freljord Frostguards. I hope that's their name.
Yep.
They are only missing their top tower. Kills just about even. Gold just about even. So this is one of the most even games we've seen at this stage of the game in the league. That I've witnessed.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you. And I think that just goes to show you that both of these teams are pretty equally matched in skill. It's just a matter of which team wants to go to the playoffs more, as we do have 5 teams currently in the race for 6th place, as the other 5 have all secured several more wins than everybody else. So
Yep,
both
now
of
we
these teams
have,
are in the race.
We have the Twin calling out for a dragon. He's a dragon, not going to be contested.
Yeah, and we have a few cents down from the top lane. It's
Down
noting that
Helsing
he
with a
doesn't.
cheeky little Ziggs ult.
Yeah, the Garen doesn't have teleport, so it's a big expenditure for him to walk down to secure the dragon. But hopefully it's worth it. Hopefully that they can stack up to the soul and make a few cents CS sacrifice worth it.
Yep, we're seeing what we kind of expect in the top lane there. Of the Garen has more KP. Kind of was able to shove.
Rithma cutting off Leggy here. Flash away.
Flash away.
Oh, an excellent flash to dodge T-Don's ultimate. He gets caught out.
And the
as
sub
rest of the
coming in,
team-
saving Rithma. And
Leggy managing to pick up that gold there. It was a shutdown onto T-Don there. So he's going to feel the worth on that trade there with the assist counters.
Final Fantasy caught out of position here, and he is done for.
Absolutely.
Yeah, TP by Urgot. I don't know if that was necessarily needed. That's kind of it's not such a big cooldown at this point in the game. I think it's down to like 2 minutes, but still I think it may be a bit of an overreaction. And also, Ninja Own does have the Hull Breaker, so kind of curious to see him trying to group while he has that split pushing item.
Here comes 2-on-1 in the mid lane here. Leggy on the run, but is unable to just avoid that Talon. Talon has so much speed and mobility over any terrain.
Yep, and then Garen still has that ult here, so look out for that.
Yeah, they're going to contest the Rift Herald.
Here comes the Jhin ult, opening up the curtains. It's a little bit early on the Jhin ult there, or the Garen ult rather. Urgot picking that one up with his. Rithma in the back line trying to focus down Don Helsing. Does. The Zhonya saving his life as the exhaust comes down.
Critting the fuck out of people.
Oh, absolutely destroyed. Urgot trying to get what he can, but I think he's going to go down here too. He's looking for Twin. Twin flashes out. And Jhin picks up another one. Now 4 kills. Count them out for us, Jhin.
Yeah, and you saw the strength of that Hullbreaker right there. It looked like, for a second, it almost looked like Ninja Own was going to 1v9. He was not losing health at all for a little while. He had that Hullbreaker buff, all his teammates were dead, but he does end up going down in the end.
And we see a whole lot of gold ending up onto the people you want to see them on. The Talon now 1,500 gold up. The Talia going about 400 below, 500 below the Vex, and now the 80 carry finally catching up with those kills and shutdowns onto Tofu. So we are seeing gold in the right places for both
Can you
teams
see
here.
how much gold the Twin has gotten from first strike? Does it let you see that in Spectator?
I'm not sure. Let's see if I can click
You gotta press
on
tab
it.
and mouse over it.
Where is he? Let's see. It's what we got here. We got no, I cannot see that, unfortunately.
Okay.
Nah, it doesn't tell us. Unfortunate.
It's probably like 1,000.
Yeah, it's probably a bunch.
Yeah, 1,000, 2,000.
Yeah, the Twin looking for a flank.
You can get right onto that Sona and
Oh.
probably just blow her up. Yeah,
Yep.
that's some good stuff there from Twin.
Absolutely destroyed. Tobojal just having no chance to escape. Don Helsing chunked to half by the Lux ult. Rithma
Yeah, I
looking
think
for
it's good
something.
decision making by the gutter rats. It looks like they're trying to pick people off one by one. I think that's a good decision. I don't know if their team fight in a 5v5 can stand up to the Freljord Frostguards.
I think it definitely depends on when ults are used, because if Garen continues to ult somebody at full health, they're not going to die.
Yeah, that's fair.
Valid point, Your Honor. No further questions.
Both top laners having a little bit of a rough streak here. Ninja Own in the solo lanes, and then a few cents in the team fights here. Both getting a few kill participation here. 6 in favor of Garen, over 4 for Ninja Own. Not too bad either way, though. A little bit of farm on both of them.
Yep, we're seeing a bit of a discrepancy in the vision score from Sona and Deluxe, which is what we were talking about before. I think it's going to play a big role eventually, unless she can get somebody to hold her hand.
I
and
definitely
walk
think
them
it
down
already
the jungle.
has, with
Yeah.
how this Talia has been able to play.
Yep, so we need some deep wards. Got to realize, I mean, I recognize it. It's tough. It's tough to play against Talia and to remember, like, oh shit, she can go across the map. So you got to get those on any single choke point that you can see where she can.
Yeah,
get a
looks
good
like we have
ultimate.
a powder keg building up around this dragon. It should be
Absolutely.
coming up within the next 20 seconds, and it looks like all 10 players on the map are here.
Yep. Dragon
Yeah,
coming
so
up in
will,
2.
will you do
1.
I think it's X
You want me to take out?
to get the timers on.
That's already up there.
Am I crazy? Where is it?
They're in the top corners.
Ninja Own gets picked off.
Here
Tion
comes
goes in.
lots of damage coming down from Don Helsing. Zonya's trying to save his life, but does not. Rithma going down there. So far a 1-4-2. A few cents getting run down by T-Don. Silenced, but unable. Twin getting run down, and Tofujin, the last surviving member, ulting
Oh, no.
backwards. Just what you want to see. As everyone's just
Like,
gonna
you're just gonna get. Is this the first Penta?
Pentakill for Leggy.
Yeah, that was some pretty skillful body blocking by T-Don. You saw him, he wasn't auto-attacking, he was just standing there, pressing S right in front of Tofu so she couldn't run away.
Absolutely massive as Leggy skyrockets himself back into the game.
Yeah, and that was kind of my thoughts. I was thinking the Gutter Rats team fight. It's just on
Oh.
paper it's not there
Ooh.
for me.
That was
Yeah,
a
we
lot
have
closer than
Leggy-
you want to.
We have Leggy in the chat saying Pentakill. Interesting.
Very interesting.
An artist that appreciates his own art.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, it's like
Hey, you got to be a legend in your own mind before you become a legend in someone else's. Am I right?
Absolutely. Twitch chat, let's hear it. Spam those hats to help the rats. Get those swords out to help the Freljord Frostguard arm themselves against the rats.
We have the Final Fantasy Q just missing, but I think this will be a dead Ninja Own with
Yeah.
a great wall there.
Pinched right there, just smaller than the Urgot. And he is killed. 1 for nothing. 8 deaths there on the Urgot. Just absolutely abused by mid and jungle.
Yeah, I think that's what the gutter rats need to do is just go for these picks on one member at a time. They're not winning these 5v5s, so we need to see more of that and just picking them off one by one with the Lux Qs, the Gen W, the Talia ult blocking somebody off. I think that's their only path to victory.
2 dragons apiece, 15 kills apiece. Gold's just about even. Tower discrepancy perhaps in favor of red side, but you know, those shutdowns early and mid game helping out the rats. Tobajal and Don Helsing a little bit caught out here as 3 members of their team. Oh, big Talia Q. The Garanalt comes down too early again. Urgot coming in. Hullbreaker not taking effect. Garen back onto Tobajal in the back line as Urgot grabs the Talon. Jarvan jumps onto the Lux. Tofu forced to fight through the tank. A few cents running from Leggy, who runs him down. And Tofu getting picked up there too. A total of 5 for 2 there in favor of the Freljord Frostguard. And they're going to try a Baron.
Yeah, Leggy is just looking unstoppable now. He has 2 full items, and then he has 18 stacks on his Magi's. He has another needlessly large rod. Should be getting a death cap, you would assume, after this Baron. So he is going to be a big boy, and he's going to be tough to stop.
Absolutely, and I think if we can see some of those picks that have been going on to Ninja Own end up onto, say, Leggy or Don Helsing, or even T-Don, who has been an absolute menace these past few minutes. I think we'll see a little bit more success in these team fights where, you know, this time teleport was available, so Ninja Own was able to rejoin the fight when he respawned. And Leggy's got teleport available, so maybe he'll be able to do that. So maybe just some watching of those timers.
Yeah, let's see if we can get the Hullbreaker starting to go again. It's a pretty big commitment going with the Hullbreaker. And we also have old Rithmok going up there, catching him out. But
Now they're going for a death push, but
yeah,
Ninja Own wisely places a ward and avoids yet another death.
Absolutely. I think it's worth noting that Leggy does in fact have a Magi's now. 18 stacks. It is pumping out that damage for him. And a real good way for the Zaun Gutter Rats to get back in this game right now would be to take that away from him. As Tofu is gale forced into a wall. Luxalt not going to save her as Leggy picks up another kill. 8-1 now on that Vex.
Yeah, he's taking over the game. Good wall to try to block off the Nexus Tower, but
Baron minions don't care about walls.
Yeah.
They're going to destroy whatever you got. Twin coming in here to alleviate some of that pressure as well. Ping's coming down for the Dragon in 48 seconds. And those minions get cleared before the tower goes down. Final Fantasy stepping up maybe a little too far here. And there's the Sona ult onto Rith. Bunch of damage coming down as well. Don
yeah, that
Helsing
tower's
getting his
going down with 1 Ziggs W.
And Garen ult!
there you
Perfect
go.
time! Ziggs ult to sort of counteract that Jhin ult, forcing her away. They're just 4-man looking to push for the end here. A few cents stepping in. I think that they're going to have to back out here with 4-on-4. Absolutely.
Yeah, they're just going to back up, take the Dragon, reload their inventories, and come back to finish the job that they started.
yeah, we're almost at full stacks there for Leggy, which is crazy. He's a big boy, big healthy strong boy.
Looking to Death Bush, it looks like. Twin stepping up.
Gets that fear.
And there's
Q.
Legi's
Yeah.
full stacked Magi's as he gets a kill onto the So Soft Talon.
Yeah, it's gotta feel so doomed to get hit by one fear and you're dead before you can even get out of the fear.
Bring up the gold differences here. We now have 4K in favor of Legi. 2K in favor of Talon. We have about even in top lane. About a 1K gold lead in favor of Don Helsing on the Ziggs. And then about, 1,500 gold onto the Sona over the substitute Lux.
Yep, finally, a little break in the action. Feels like we haven't had a chance to breathe this game.
Yeah, it's
Definitely.
interesting. The kills are still pretty close, and even the goal, it's only a 5K difference at 30 minutes, which is not an amount that is unable to be overcome. Like, you could come back from this. So I'm interested to see how this game plays out.
Absolutely. This game absolutely, big Jarvan out there. Rithma going to not take that much damage, and then Zhonya's, but then gets immediately exploded as Sona dies as well. Tidon getting burst down by Twin. Jin picking up that kill. A few sets getting run down under the tower. Urgot getting rooted out of the tower. Twin going into the backline against Don Helsing. Urgot goes down under the tower, and Tofu is looking for more as Don Helsing has 1 health. Legi is still feeling good about his, and he's looking to fight them still.
He's got the fear up here.
I don't know if this is the play, Legi. I think you're a little outnumbered.
Yeah, that was a good 5v5 victory for the Gutter Rats. The last few 5v5s have not gone their way. It's nice to see some good execution on their behalf.
Absolutely. I think the positioning there was what did it for him. Rith baited, I'll say in quotations, as he was exploded under the tower. Everybody under that tower, and then as people sort of scattered their way across or back under it, Tofu and Twin and a few cents were able to pick up a few kills there. 3 for 1 in that fight.
Yeah, Tobajaw got lit up in the middle of all that action, so he wasn't around to keep spamming those W's and keep everyone alive. I think maybe that had a key factor in him going down early. He wasn't around to keep his team alive.
Yeah, and good job by Don Helsing to stay alive. Skin of his teeth there. I think he was probably at 100 health, like tops.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Twin wanted him but didn't want to overcommit because Legi was in between him and the tower, so he just decided to take the safe route out and let Don Helsing go.
Yeah, 25 stacks is no joke. I mean, I feel like a Jax at that point, 25 stacks would one-shot everyone. So, couple that with an AP focus champ, scary.
Another Jin ult coming down here. So I don't trust directed camera to show us the action here. Tobajaw taking a little bit extra oomph as Rithma gets poked down. Jarvan forcing forward. Oh, Legi's going in on that. Boom!
Oh my god.
Substitute this, he says. Tofu Gale forcing to dodge that. Gets caught in the Jarvan ult. And down to Ninja Owen pushing into the base as the rest of the team.
Answer to my question is around now when Ninja Owen can just walk in and do whatever he wants. I mean,
Level 16. Not too far off.
taking tower shots, walking in, using that shield.
Oh! That was a big Garen ult. Oh. Rithma looking to get a kill here. A few cents grabbing that one too. The towers are down and it's a fight to save the game. Can a few cents keep enough damage down? Legi says no, as his team is in the race for the playoffs, looking to end this game right here and now.
Yeah, and we got to go with player of the game. Obviously, Legi. Rithma, I think, had the better early game. He was all over the map, but Legi just kept his head down, farming, and walked away with the pinna and took over the game.
Absolutely insane. Engaged there, he was able to just delete that Lux, and then everybody was able to follow suit and just blow the rest of the team up as just one at a time they fell, and then so did the towers around them. GG Freljord, Frostguard, victory over the Zaun Gutter Rats in Week 5 here. Any other comments, guys?
No, GG. I thought everyone played well.
Yeah, I thought both junglers played great. I think the Twin had a stronger early game, and T-Don looked amazing in the late game. Props to both of them.
Yeah, and then give a nice little stayed cool honor to Ninja Owen up there. Had a tough
Yeah.
time early.
Yeah, tilt proof. Give him the tilt proof honor.
Oh yeah.
That might be the highest deaths we've seen on anybody who has actually won a game outside of the Zaun Gutter Rats victory in their 50-minute game against, I believe, was that the Powder Monkeys? I think that was the Powder Monkeys they played against.
Either way, great game. Both teams played well. Just unfortunate that the Gutter Rats couldn't translate their early advantage into a late game win.
GG's, guys, and we'll catch you next time on the Pentakill League Season 3 Week 6 games.